question, we're shown a graph of a parabola and we're told its maximum turning point is 420. Well, first of all, part A, we have to write down the equation of the axis of symmetry of this graph. Now, the axis of symmetry would be a line parallel to the y-axis which passes through 420. Now, every point on this line has an x-coordinate that's 4. Various y-coordinates, but all of them have an x-coordinate of 4. And that's why the equation of the line is x equals 4. So write down the equation of the axis of symmetry of that graph. X equals 4. Let's have a look now at part B. Equation of the parabola is of the form y equals b minus x plus a all squared. We've first of all to state the value of a, and then the next part says we've to state the value of b. State means we can look at this and determine what these two values are. There's not a lot of working out to do. But first of all, before we do that, let's try and understand what the graphs y equals b minus x plus a all squared look like for various values of a and b. So we'll have a wee look at an interactive graph. So here we have a graph, and here's y equals x squared. Now, here's the expression that's given in the question, b minus bracket x plus a all squared. I've set a at 0 and b at 0. In other words, we've got y equals negative x squared. So we'll have a look and see what that looks like. And there it is. All we've done is reflect the graph y equals x squared in the x-axis. All the heights that we had, for instance, this height of 4, 2 squared, has now become negative 4, negative 2 squared. So that's the effect of this negative sitting in there. Let's have a look now at the plus a inside the bracket. What effect does that have? And let's make a 1, x plus 2 all squared, x plus 3 all squared, x plus 4 all squared, and so on. So you can see that as we increase the value of a, the graph y equals negative x squared moves to the left. And if I made it x minus 1 all squared, x minus 2 all squared, and so on, it's going to the right. In fact, it appears to be going the opposite way for what you would expect. X plus 1, 1 to the left. X minus 1, 1 to the right. So that's the effect of the a term. This b term at the beginning, if we make this positive 1, the graph of y equals negative x squared has moved up 1. We've added 1 to all the heights of that blue graph, plus 2 at the front, 3, 4, 5 at the front. If we made the value of b negative, then the blue graph y equals negative x squared moves down. All the heights now have a height that is 4 less than it used to be. So positive values for b, graph moves up. The y equals negative x squared graph moves up. Negative values for b, and the graph moves down. So therefore, using that information now, we can see that this negative causes the graph y equals x squared to be reflected in the x-axis. The a determines how far it moves. Now it's moved 4 to the right, so a has a value of negative 4. Remember, it went the opposite way to what you imagined it would do. So b part 1, a would be negative 4. That means that this upside down parabola y equals negative x squared has moved 4 to the right, parallel to the x-axis. And then the b determined how far up or down this graph was, and this one certainly has to go up 20 units. So B would have a value of 20. B equals 20. That's Mr. Corsi signing out. Hope you enjoyed the video.